morning, everyone. Well, it looks like it's going to be a really nice day today. It's cool, it's crisp this morning. We still have dew on the trees here. Um, since we got a little bit of moisture yesterday and a little bit last night, I got a load of wood chips delivered to us yesterday, and so we're going to try to apply those today because that way it'll keep the dust down as we're applying them. We try to apply them, our wood chips, twice a year. We try to apply them in the spring and then again in the fall. We let them break down through the winter and we let them break down through the summer. And so that helps get all the nutrients into the soil. And so today, being that we had a little bit of moisture on the wood chips, I believe that'll help keep the dust down. So we're going to do that today. We also have a few other projects that we're gonna try to do. But we also got our meat birds in today. So we're about to go pick them up and we're going to get started on the wood chips. So let's get started. Guys, looky here, we've got our meat birds in here straight from the post office. Here they all are in there. All right, let's get them home and get them inside and see what we've got. Well, there we have it. Looks like so far it looks like everyone's made it. So let's get them out of here and get them some fresh water. Okay, now we're going to take these birds and we're going to dip their little beaks down in some water and we're going to give them there's some apple cider vinegar in here. And so we're going to continue to dip their little beaks in here one at a time. So that way they know that there's water in there. And we'll do this process. Once we get them all in here, we'll let you see what we got. Okay guys, there we have it. They're all taking their first little drink of water. And so we have 17 of them right now on this batch. So 17 here, and we have 10 already ready to go. So 27 altogether. All right, guys. Now that the wood chips are taken care of, the chicks are taken care of. They got food. They got water. now we're fixing to go to the gnome village over here, and we're going to start doing some painting on them guys. Them guys are starting to fade a little bit, and so I'm going to put a fresh coat of paint on them, make them look better for the springtime. Alright, let's get started. Alright guys, here we got a few of the gnomes painted. Dressed them up a little bit. They look a little bit better. We still have quite a few more to paint. But the weather's starting to get kind of bad out here. It's about to rain, so. Alright guys, now what we're going to do for right now, since the weather's kind of a little bad outside, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to walk you guys through changing the oil on the freeze dryer real quick, because we're fixing to put some more food into the freeze dryer. We're going to get another batch started, but before we do that, we're going to go ahead and change the oil. It's not really time for the oil to be changed, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to change it now, kind of give you guys a little walkthrough of how easy this is to do. And so basically, where we're going to start is we're going to unhook our hose here, our vacuum hose, from the back of the freeze dryer. Pull that out. Okay, now I'm going to unplug from the back the pump. The pump plugs into the back of the freeze dryer. Okay. I'm going to take the pump and I'm going to raise it up here on the table. Okay, now Harvest Right gives us a little homemade filtering system here. And basically what this filter is it's two plastic jugs that are tied together, and then on the inside here we have a coffee filter and some cotton batting in there. And so what we're going to do, we're going to take off the lid here. That way it circulates a little better. And then we're going to put this underneath this valve. And then we're just going to turn the valve. We're going to open it up. We're going to let the oil come on through. Going to drain all the oil out of the pump. And what happens is the oil, as it's circulating, sometimes it builds up moisture inside the pump. So now we're going to filter out all of the moisture and all of the debris that gets inside here. Okay, I can slowly see this is beginning to absorb through the filter, and then here pretty soon it's going to start dripping into the bottom down here. You want to keep this on a level surface whenever you're draining it. Don't tilt it forward or anything like that. It's best to keep it level. Okay, now what we're going to do, okay, now it's just now starting to drip through, so that oil's pretty clean, so it's going to flow through here a lot faster than, say, if it was real dirty. We didn't run too many cycles through this oil, but since it is a new pump, we want to keep it clean for a little bit until it gets broke in. Okay, so I'm going to shut her off right there. It looks like it's pretty much finished the last of it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put the lid on this here. I'm going to let this continue to filter through. While this is filtering through, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some new oil into the pump, and I'm going to fill that up. And on this vacuum pump, the opening on top is actually quite large, so we really don't need a funnel, which makes it pretty nice. Okay, now I'm getting pretty close to my line here, and I'll let it go on through just a little bit, let it settle out. Put my lid back on my oil. I'm going to try not to move the pump around too much so the oil stays level. The hoses just go on hand tight. You don't take any wrenches or anything to tighten them up. They recommend just being hand tight. And then we're just going to plug it in here in the back. And there we have it, guys. All right, guys. Now that we got the oil in the vacuum pump, I'm going to show you here. We're going to reconstitute some eggs that we did. Okay, now we freeze dried these eggs the other day, and after we freeze dried them, I vacuum sealed them into the jar here. And so what we're going to do, going to open up the vacuum here on there, and we're going to reconstitute these and show you guys how these do. Okay, I'm going to take out a couple tablespoons here, and we'll start with 3 tablespoons here. Now the measurements are not going to be exact or precise or anything like that. You can measure this out. If you measure out a regular egg, and then you can measure the amount of moisture lost. But what we're going to do here is we're going to add a little bit of hot water onto the eggs here, and we're going to let these slowly start to reconstitute. Now, let this just start absorbing the moisture here. Put a little bit on it at a time until we get the right consistency of an egg. Okay, now I'm going to let this sit for just a little bit. I'm going to stir this in. I've let this reconstitute for about 5 minutes. The consistency is already turned back to almost egg-like consistency. And so I've got a pan here warming up, and we're going to dump this into our pan and see what happens. So we're going to see whether or not this fries up like an egg, what happens. So we're going to dump it in here. Let me turn up my heat a little bit, and we're going to give this just a few minutes here. It sure seems like it's starting to come back to life like an egg. Look at there. Look at there, guys. Just like it'd never been freeze dried, just like a normal egg. Okay, that's frying up really nicely. So I'm gonna fry this up. Put a little bit of salt and pepper on it, and then we'll see how it tastes. Alright, let me turn off my heat here. Alright, let me try one of these, see what we got. Wow, guys, you wouldn't know the difference. This tastes just like a regular fresh egg. Wow, that was really good. Okay, guys, well, there you have it, freeze-dried eggs. Alright, guys, that looks like that's going to wrap up another day. Thanks for stopping by, y'all. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you would. Until next time, thanks for watching, and God bless.